Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. Welcome to a new video and welcome to my Summerween vlogs. So if you don't know, Summerween is a yearly readathon hosted by Gabby from Gabby Reads and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte, and it's like a Halloween themed readathon, but they do one in every season. So Summerween is obviously the summer one. Then there's Camp Weekendween, which is right around Halloween. Then there's Winterween, and then they did Spring Flingaween. So there's one in every season just to keep like the spooky Halloween vibes all the year round. So I'm repping my Summerween t-shirt here. It's so cute. I love this blue color. And yeah, I'm just really excited to have this like to wear during Summerween. And I just think that this is just so freaking cute. I love it. So I wanted to talk about the books that I plan on reading during this week. There are reading challenges, but some of those challenges I won't be able to complete just because I am a massive mood reader, and if I try to force myself to read something, then it's just not gonna work out for me. So some of the challenges I wasn't able to complete, but that's okay. I still am pretty excited about the books that I do have selected for this week. The first one that I am going to be reading is The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. It's the new Riley Sager release, and I have loved all of Riley Sager's books. I think I've given all of them anywhere between a 4 and a 5 star. So I have really enjoyed them. I'm looking forward to this one, even though it has got quite a bit of mixed reviews, but mostly I've seen a lot of negative reviews, like people just did not enjoy it, and I think my friend Ashley gave it 2 stars, so we'll see how that goes. I do know that she did not enjoy Survive the Night, which I think she gave 2 stars to that one as well, maybe 3, I don't remember. But I did enjoy Survive the Night. I thought it was ridiculous and fun and kind of crazy, so I know a lot of people had critiques about the main character making like ridiculous decisions, and to me I was like, that's exactly what like horror movies do though. They make the dumbest decisions, and that's what like feeds into the entertainment. So I was there for it. So hopefully this one is kind of similar, where it's the critiques that people have had of it are it's just like too ridiculous. I don't know, we'll see. That's the first one I'm going to start with. I also have a Penelope Douglas book, which, okay, so this is Falls Boys. I don't know very much about it other than the trope, like the main trope for this one is bad girl, good boy romance, but the dedication is to Penelope Douglas's dad, and it says, "To my father who wishes I'd write a nice murder mystery. This is it, Dad." There's still going to be sex in it though. So I don't know if I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of like murder mystery, and I do really want to get to this one, so I'm making that fit. I don't know what prompt it's going to go for. It doesn't go for any prompt, honestly, but whatever. So I hope to get to this one. I also really want to reread Middle Game by Seanan McGuire so that I can get to Seasonal Fears by Seanan McGuire, because this is book 2. It's a companion though, so it follows different characters, but I feel like this delivers on the vibes that I'm gonna go with for Summerween and like the Halloween vibes, because it's kind of an eerie, spooky book, but it's not like a thriller necessarily or a horror. It's kind of like sci-fi speculative fiction a little bit, but I definitely think that this fits the vibes of Summerween, and this one definitely can go for the book with Halloween colors on the covers, because it's black and like there's orange on the spine, and this one is black and orange with a little bit of green, so these definitely work for that prompt at least. But yeah, I need to reread Middle Game in order to finally get to Seasonal Fears, which was one of my most anticipated releases of this year, and it came out in May and I still haven't read it yet, so I'm hoping that I can get to both of these. And then the last book that I'm going to have on this TBR, I don't intend to finish this. It would be cool if I could, but I don't think I'll be able to. And that is Jack the Ripper, One Autumn in Whitechapel by M.P. Priestley. So this is the book that I bought when I was in London. I did a Jack the Ripper walking tour where we walked the streets of Whitechapel and saw places and buildings and certain like sites of the murders and everything, and it was very, very interesting and fascinating. And our tour guide was MP Priestley. Like, he wrote this book and it won like an award at a crime conference, and yeah, so it's a nonfiction book all about Jack the Ripper, and it goes into detail about the murders and I just thought it would be really fascinating and that this would be the perfect time to read a book like this. But like I said, I don't know that I'll be able to finish this because I'm assuming it's going to be a pretty dense read with all of the like information and everything. I do want to read this one, so I'll be picking this up hopefully sometime this week. But yeah, like I said, I don't intend to finish this one. It would be cool if I did, but I don't think I'll be able to. And then there's also a bunch of Instagram challenges. So the Instagram challenge for today is post your Summerween TBR. So I'm gonna take a picture of my TBR and get that posted. So I will pop a picture up of that somewhere on the screen. So make sure you go and follow me on Instagram so you can get extra bookish content from me. I will leave that linked down below if you're interested. So yeah, I'm hoping to start with The House Across the Lake. I'm gonna start that today. I'm not sure when. I only have the audiobook for it though. I don't have a physical book or the ebook or anything. So I am gonna try to start that audiobook today. I'm not sure how long it is. I might even try to finish it today. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's go do that. Hello, it is later Friday evening now, and I have read a book. I started and finished The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager, and I had the audiobook for this one. I didn't have the ebook or the physical book or anything, so I didn't update like based on pages or anything. I just listened to the whole thing this afternoon. Guys, it was not good. I didn't like it. I gave it 2 stars. It is the worst Riley Sager book that I've read. Some of the twists I was just like not a fan of, and I guessed some of the other twists like before they happened, so I wasn't even like surprised by it. And I just wasn't a fan of the main character, and like when people say that this main character mentions how alcoholic they are, they mean it. Like, it is mentioned probably every other page, even maybe every page, like multiple times a page, how much they drink, what they drink. Oh, having another bourbon is mentioned constantly, that they're an alcoholic. And it's just, you don't have to mention it that much. I got it. I got it. So yeah, this was a big disappointment. I even went in with like mediocre expectations. I went in just looking for like a quick thriller. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be like amazing or anything, because I don't go into thrillers usually thinking that they're going to be like a new favorite or anything. I go into them just for like a fun quick read, you know? And I just didn't enjoy this one. I'm so mad. If you haven't been watching any of my other videos, I have not had a good reading month. I have had a shit reading month, to be honest. I wouldn't say it's a reading slump because I'm still reading, but I would say it's a reading lull, because like almost all of the books that I've read this month I have not enjoyed. Like, some of them have just been like perfectly average, like they're fine, they exist. Some of them have been really, really freaking awful, and I've had one that I've loved, and then I've had 1 or 2 that I've like really enjoyed, and then all of the other ones have just been either like boring, average, fine, or bad. So I'm upsetty spaghetti about that. And I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I'm not gonna start anything else tonight. It's like 8:30 at night and I just don't feel like starting anything. I just need a break. So I'm just gonna go relax this evening, watch some booktube, and try to reinvigorate my like will to continue reading at this point, because honestly, like, I just don't want to read anymore because I've been in such a lull that it's leading to a slump. So, not the best way to start off the readathon or the vlog. Hopefully that'll change. I'm gonna try my hardest to get out of this funk that I'm in, but we shall see. Good morning, everyone, or should I say good afternoon, because it's just afternoon now. So my mom came over this morning and we went to Goodwill, and I found this adorable little, it's not a fairy, if you don't know, I like collect little fairy figurines. I love them so much, but this one is not a fairy. It's just like a woman and she's just holding, I'll show a clip of it. She's just holding some flowers and she's in this like pretty dress and it's so cute and I love it, and I love it. So I'm putting that on my bookshelf. I just wanted to share that because I think that she's so pretty and she was only $1. Love that. Anyways, in about an hour, I'm going to be doing some reading sprints with some of my friends. If you didn't know, if you're not like following my channel at all, I have been helping co-host a month-long readathon in July called Questathon. All of that information will be linked down below, but I'll be going live on some reading sprints for that. Even though I'm not reading anything specifically for Questathon right now, I'm taking a break, but not really taking a break, but I'm just reading books for Summerween. But we're doing those sprints with some of the other Questathon hosts, but I will be picking up either Falls Boys by Penelope Douglas or Middle Game by Shauna McGuire. I haven't quite decided which one I'm in the mood for because they both sound good to me, and I'm hoping that this is where my reading month is going to turn around because I love Penelope Douglas's writing. I haven't given a single one of her books less than 4 stars, so I'm pretty confident that I will enjoy this one. And I gave Middle Game 5 stars the first time I read it, so this will be a reread for me, and I already know that I enjoy this one, so I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna like either one that I pick up. And God, I just really need that. I need that so bad. So I think I'm leaning more towards Falls Boys at this point, but honestly, I might switch back and forth. I'm not really sure. So those are my reading plans for today. Like I said, I have just over an hour until I go live on my channel for those sprints. I know Gabby and Olivia are doing Summerween sprints on their Patreons today, so I might be like hopping back and forth between my sprints and their sprints. And then later tonight, me and some of my besties are going to watch Jennifer's Body. So we're doing like a movie night. It won't be live or anything. We're just gonna do like private sprints, but we've been talking about wanting to do a movie night together for a while, and I have never seen Jennifer's Body and I really, really want to. So I'm so excited for that. I know that it's a horror movie, so it'll be nice to watch it with someone, but I've wanted to watch it for so long because I've heard such good things about it and I'm like, I want to watch it. So I'm really excited to do that. So we'll be doing that later tonight as well. So I'll take you along with me for all of that. But for right now, I think I'm just going to watch some booktube. Maybe I'll start one of these so that I don't start it on the sprint. I did technically start Falls Boys, but I'm only on page 3. So does that really count? But yeah, I might start one of these before the sprints start, but the next check-in will probably be when I start my sprints. Oh, I also took the daily photo challenge today, which was to take a picture of your first read for the readathon. So here's that picture. Unfortunately, I didn't like this one, as we all saw, but here's the picture anyways. So day 2 photo challenge is done. All right, I'm on sprints now, and I did start Falls Boys. I'm on chapter 6, which is page 85, and I am enjoying it so far. I'm not like quite hooked as I normally am with Penelope Douglas's books, but I'm sure that I'll get there. I can't remember if I said what this book is about, but it is a companion series to the Fall Away series, which the first book in that series is Bully, and it's following like all of the couples that we follow in that series. It's following their children, and this one specifically is a good boy, bad girl romance, and I'm enjoying that aspect of it, and like things are happening. Like, I'm liking it. It's just, I'm not quite hooked, like, to the point where I don't want to put it down, which is usually how I feel reading Penelope Douglas's books. I just, like, don't want to put them down once I get into it. So I'm hoping that that hits soon. But yeah, we're just on sprints now. We've got about like 5 minutes left of this sprint, and then we'll probably do one more after that, and then I'm probably gonna make some dinner, and then hopefully we will have our movie night and watch Jennifer's Body. Yeah, I just wanted to pop in and update that I did start and get a little bit farther into Falls Boys. I got about 140 pages read in Falls Boys during those sprints, so I've made it, a little chunk of the way through. I'm probably a little over a quarter of the way through, maybe a third of the way through, but we are done with sprints now, and we are just about to hop onto a private stream so that we can watch Jennifer's Body together. So I'm excited for that. I'm gonna hunker down on the couch and watch this movie with my besties. Hello everyone, happy day 3 of Summerween. It is currently the afternoon now. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I didn't listen. I'm not having a great time. I think it's time for me to officially acknowledge that I am in a reading slump, because I just have not been enjoying almost anything that I've been picking up lately. I think I've given out 2 4-stars this month. 2 that I can think of, and one 5-star, one glowing book this month. But everything else has been a 3 or lower. I've DNF'd 3 books. Yeah, so I think I have to say it. I'm in a reading slump, which is the worst. I haven't been in a reading slump in years, before I even started my channel. So I've just been going for 2.5 years, full steam ahead. And it was kind of inevitable that I would get hit with a reading slump, but I am not happy about it. So yeah, I read this. I'm on sprints right now on Christina's channel, and I read about 65 pages of Twisted Games by Anna Huang. I was talked into reading this by some friends, and then again they were like, you gotta give it a chance, and I'm like, okay, I should give it a chance because I've only read the 1 book, and I know that a lot of people didn't like that. But I just really didn't like it. I didn't like the writing style. I didn't like, the telling rather than showing that was happening in that book. I just thought there was no chemistry. I didn't like the smut. I literally didn't like anything about it. So I was like, I don't know, I'm hesitant now to pick this up. And they were like, no, you got to give it a chance. I picked it up. I read 66 pages and I DNF'd it. I do not like Anna Huang's writing. She is not for me. I just think that her writing is kind of cringy. Her characters have no chemistry, in my opinion. I don't feel the connection. And in this specific one, Twisted Games, the second book, there are so many time jumps. It's just the next week, a month later, 2 months later, now it's the 3rd month, and it's just it's jumping around all over the place. And I'm pretty sure halfway through, or whatever, it said at the beginning, part 1 is set in this the past time period, and then part 2 jumps ahead 2 years, and now it's the present. And I'm like, I did not like all of the time jumps. That is just a no. There were just so many other little nitpicky things that I didn't like about this one, and so I was like, I'm DNFing. I don't enjoy this. I'm not having a good time, and I'm upset about it. And I just don't know what to do about that. I want to continue reading, but I don't want to force myself to read something, and I just feel like nothing that I pick up right now is going to be good. So I don't want to take a break from reading though. Like, I still want to read. I just want to read something good. I just don't know what to do. Hello, it is a bit later now, and I've not given up. I've not fully accepted this reading slump. I'm still trying to find that one book that's gonna make me feel something again. And I think I may have found a book that I actually like. I don't want to jinx it, but I did have to go pull weeds outside my house, which is my least favorite chore to do ever. But I do listen to an audiobook when I do that, and I decided to just pop in a light, fluffy romance audiobook, Count Your Lucky Stars by Alexandria Bellafleur. So I've read the first 2 books. This is a companion series. The first book follows Elle and Darcy, and they have this kind of like fake dating relationship where it's definitely grumpy sunshine, and it's very cute. And then the second book follows Darcy's brother and Darcy's best friend, and then this one follows Margot, who is Elle from the first book's best friend. And Margot and the love interest Olivia went to high school together. They were best friends when they were kids and had like a week of like a nice steamy romance, and then they kind of had a falling out, and then they didn't talk for 11 years, and now they're coming back together. So it has like that second chance romance aspect to it as well, and it has a forced proximity romance because Olivia turns out to be the wedding planner for the couple from the second book. And Olivia's apartment gets like flooded and she has nowhere to go, and Margot has a spare room, and so they realize that they should just like, Olivia should just move in and take the spare room. And so they also have the forced proximity as well as the history. So it's very good, lots of pining, lots of longing, and I just really like this author's writing, so I am really liking it so far. I'm on page 118, so I'm not quite halfway yet, but I'm really liking it. So I'm like actually hopeful that I'm enjoying a book for the first time in a long time. It feels like it hasn't been that long. Maybe I'm just being really dramatic, which yes, I am, but it's just nice to like a book again after a string of not enjoying books. So I am probably going to go take this book, hunker down on the couch, and try to finish it tonight. But I think that I'm going to end the vlog here because I do want to get it edited so I can upload it. So I'll be doing a part 1, which is this one, and then I'll do a part 2, which is days 4 through 7. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more from me. If you made it to the end of this video, leave the ghost emoji for Summerween. And let me know what you've been reading for Summerween down in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.